What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Omnihero video. Alright guys, we haven't done a tier list update. We got two brand new characters and we've got some movements to make in this TL because there have been some adjustments and some more testing on some characters, and there are some that deserve to be higher up and some that deserve to be a little bit lower down. So let's start off at the top of the list. So Portia, after having much more gameplay with her, actually is going to go down to S tier. She unfortunately isn't that game breaking as I originally had thought. She was great in the beginning, but the more and more I put her in different comps for PvE and PvP, you find that she's just a second-rate Janna, just doesn't do quite as well. And for the ethereal team, really doesn't bring enough damage, even with the extra little robots that blow up. So we're moving her down one slot because I believe she belongs there. Now, Themis as well is going to go down one slot. The more and more I play the Valenters team, the more I find I don't use her as much anymore. She does have her place in a lot of different modes, but she's just not top tier anymore. So she definitely is going to be dropping down to S tier and joining the ranks with Portia. Two units that are going to move up, though, is going to be, the first one's going to be Nawe. Absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much is dominating every PvP, almost every PvE mode, whether it's going to be in Great Shroom or if it's going to be, again, in PvP. Regular mode or in Supremacy, absolutely destroying everything. So Nawe is moving up a slot to the top tier, belongs there, has belonged there for quite some time since they updated her passive, and the fact that she does way more attacks now and is a super speedy character and dominates almost in every possible mode. So you guys should be working on the Glorians team for sure. Another character I'm going to move up here is going to be Lily and Leah. Pretty much in every comp becomes your best unit for survivability, especially for a Glorians team, which are, again, dominating PvP like crazy, and she is one of the key pieces to that team, so absolutely deserves to be up there. Minotaur has also going to move up to S as well, too, for the Mystifiers. Definitely belongs there, same with Merlin. His Ruin buffs have absolutely made him insanely good, so definitely focus on those units as well, too, if you're planning to use Doomsdayers. Now, as for the rest of these guys, I still think they belong where they are. I haven't really seen much, I guess, nerfing going around. There's been more buffing, if anything. So everything here kind of works out the way it's supposed to work out. Now, we have two brand new units, and I'm going to go through them. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Mavis, or Mavis, however you want to call her. So I'm going to bring her up here, and we're going to discuss her skill set and what makes her unique. Okay, so first off, Mavis's main ability is called Undead Overlord. Mavis summons a powerful ghoul-like creature, dealing 300 physical damage to a single backline enemy. Very powerful move, but to be honest, the only problem with it is it's a one backline enemy attack, so that part kind of kills it. It's great for bosses, though, so single target bosses, really good for that. Her active is Mavis commands her skeleton army to attack, dealing 120% physical damage to a single backline enemy. Again, good for bosses. Her passive is Mavis will immediately revive and restore 20% max HP upon death. This effect can happen 3 times per battle. Last words, upon death, Mavis deals 1 times the damage of her ultimate to all enemies, so it hits everybody with her ultimate, so that's kind of cool. And then her other passive, called Sinister Sorcery, when Mavis is deployed, the number of target affected by Fortitude by Persephone's Soul Salvation skill increases by 1, and the duration is extended to 2 rounds rather than 1. What makes her really powerful is that revive, because the more she revives, the Avengers synergy takes into effect, right? So every time she is revived, she restores. Also, she gets the buff for damage, right? So the damage boost of 250% for 3 rounds. So that gives her a huge advantage. But unfortunately, from everyone that I've known to use her and actually like play with her, says she needs to be like 11 stars to really shine. And at the same time, even then, she's not a requirement for the Avengers team to shine. She is very good still, but she's not top tier. So a lot of people are telling me who actually main her to put her in the S tier category. Okay, so that's where she's going to belong. Still a very good unit, can absolutely dominate against bosses and story mode. But when it comes down to like, is she top tier or not with the other synergy users, we don't know. Now, she does have Monarch as her other synergy as well too, on top of the Avengers. If you play with her with Albert and a few other Monarchs, she may shine a lot more, but Striker seems still be the best way to go for synergies, right? So keep that in mind. She does also have Shadow Arch, I believe, which gives dodge. So a little bit more survivability, but you kind of want her to revive and get that extra power, right? So a little bit mixed feelings for a lot of people about her. So we don't know exactly how much we're in the next version of this, if she's going to go up or down. But right now, everyone feels comfortable with S tier. And they compared her to like the Porsche release, which I agree with after testing her out a little bit, that she's pretty much on the same kind of level playing field as Porsche. Okay, so next up we're going to talk about the other unit that came out, and that's Lamia. That's the actual deviant version for Doomsdayers, and she is pretty damn strong. So a lot of people who have been using her have been destroying because Deviant's reflect damage is pretty insane. So we'll talk a little bit about what she does. Her ultimate, she summons a behemoth, dealing 360% magic damage to the target, to the direct target. Direct target essentially is a single enemy unit sharing the hero's position number. Default enemy target will be selected if no units in that position. So she just does whoever's right in front of her, that or wherever the position is equal to her, that's who she'll attack. Does pretty damn good damage with that 360%. Lamia summons a shark with her active, dealing 120% magic damage to a single backline enemy, and she also applies 3 stacks of reflect boost on all allies for 3 rounds, which is insane. Now, if you don't know what reflect is, it reflects damage back on the amount of damage you do to them. And not only that, but because like ethereals and glorians hit so damn hard, the reflect damage actually does quite a bit of damage back, making Doomsdayers becoming a lot more popular in PvP and to some extent in PvE as well too, right? So her passive demon scales, each time Lamia takes active damage, there's a 30% chance to trigger Sanctuary, which makes her immune to an attack and a debuff, and this can go up to 10 times per round. Every 1% in her reflect rate also gives her attack up. So very powerful there to keep her alive, especially because she's immune to attacks and debuffs and can stack up to 10 times with that, which is, or it can happen up to 10 times per round, which is pretty nuts. And then her shark skin, Lamia additionally reflects 25% more reflect rate. When Sanctuary is triggered, Lamia has a 100% chance to counterattack with Abyssal Breath, dealing 50% damage, which is insane. Because Sanctuary can happen 10 times per round, she can cast that quite a few times. So Lamia is going to 100% be top tier for the Doomsdayers and is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, the problem, of course, with her is the fact that she does take a lot to summon. She has the Royals faction synergy, she's got the Deviant faction synergy, and of course she's got the Protectors, right, that gives defense up. So her with Helios and Awishta for Doomsdayers is a force to be reckoned with. So if you don't have her and you do pull her and you're planning to build Doomsdayer, she's going to be a core part of that team 100%. So there you guys go. That's the changes now to the tier list. This is going to be considered the October tier list, guys. When new characters come out, we'll do some more testing with my team. We'll take a look at some of these characters. We'll talk more about them, and we'll update the tier list again if any moves happen up or down. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.